back at Sanremo, y'all.
Sanremo.
We're here. We are back at Sanremo. Oh, I was going to leave you on the left today, but that's okay.
No, it feels weird when I'm on the left.
Does it?
It does. I'm so used to being on the right.
I don't mind.
It's only two of us.
Welcome to The Cup, the currently unnamed podcast where we put the tea in reality usually, but you can always come to us first to quench your thirst. I'm Logan Murphy. Say something gay. Gay. I forgot to get more coffee before this recording.
Lovely.
But I'm drinking coffee. And actually, you know what? I'm going to pull a Lewis right now and go make some more coffee.
Sure. And while Logan is getting their coffee, my name is Anissa Long, also known as Sam DMV, also known as Sam de Monteverde, your fellow friendly 5'3" trans non-binary Filipino Canadian mentally unstable hot mess, hailing all the way from Toronto, Ontario, Canada, Scarborough if you want to be specific, Woburn if you want to be more specific than that. And today, I did have some large strawberry juice tea with less ice, normal sugar. Because my brother got impulsive with boba, which led me splitting boba with him. But I also do have water from real Canadian natural spring water.
From Rio, Canada.
No, it's real. It literally just says real Canadian.
I love that so much. I also love podcasting from the great beyond. I'm coming back. Here we are.
The great beyond.
Hi, I'm back with coffee. That was fun.
Oh, it was fun.
I need to pull a Lewis more often. Anyway, it's Sanremo time, y'all.
It's Sanremo time. It's one of the big ones.
It is. Yeah, I would say it. I would say the big three. Who would be the three?
Who would be
the Eurovision national selection season? I love Alyssa Edwards, that's all. I would honestly say the big three, as far as national selections are concerned, are Sanremo, Festival de Canto, which is coming soon, and Melfest, which has already started.
Yeah.
And my fave from Melfest, Heat 1 qualified. So we're thrilled, but we are here talking about Sanremo. At the time of filming, day 3 of Sanremo, I believe, just finished.
Yes.
We have all the songs. We have all the artists. Tonight, I believe, was cover night.
Tonight was cover night. Yes.
Yeah. Or no, tomorrow is cover night.
Oh, yeah, you're right. And we get the lovely Chiara Francini up.
Is tomorrow Chiara?
Tomorrow is Chiara Francini.
Okay, so we have to talk about the host of Sanremo for a hot second because, first of all, fan favorite from the Cup from Sanremo last year, Gianni Morandi is the host. If I got to meet that man, honestly, my life would be made. Truly, honestly, one of my favorites. I loved Gianni last year. So excited that he's hosting alongside Amadeus this year. And then a rotating female third host that's different every day. Sure. But day 4, we are excited. Our love, Chiara Francini, will be there tomorrow. I'm very thrilled. I believe also Måneskin is supposed to be performing with a duet, I think. Is that right? No.
I will not be able to tell you.
No. I mean, all of them are on Eurovision World, but no, they are not performing. So that's fun. And I don't. Someone saying American Woman. That's exciting.
That is exciting.
Yeah. So this evening was night 3. All 28 artists performed this evening, and we are going to be talking about all the songs. We thought about splitting it up, but honestly, just doing it all in one video is a little bit easier. Sanremo is as Sanremo normally does. It's 5 nights. Half the performers in night 1, the other half in night 2, all 28 in night 3, cover night for round 4 or for night 4, and then night 5, everyone will perform again. There will be a 5 artist super final. So voting in round 1 is going to be 100% televote, which is interesting. And then in the super final, it's going to be 34% televote. So they can't say the televote is the most of the voting, because it is technically by 1%. So it's 34% televote, 33% press jury. So that's TV and print, radio, and online media. And 33% of a public poll among 300 randomly selected people.
Okay.
It's kind of wild. So that's their way of not doing a jury.
Yeah.
So it's the press jury and then this random selection of people from ages, backgrounds, all that kind of stuff is, I believe, comprising that third portion.
Gotcha.
Which I think is an interesting way to go about it.
It's very interesting.
But Sanremo is going to Sanremo, so...
Yeah.
Let's just dive in.
I want to preface by saying as well, it felt like an easier listen compared to last year. I don't know. I don't know if it was just me.
I'm gonna disagree.
I don't know. I felt like I went through the songs pretty quickly.
It felt like, for me at least, it felt like there were less songs that were kind of middling. It's either a song was really good or really not good, in my personal opinion.
Right.
But we'll talk about it. So, we're going to go in alphabetical order. So we are starting with Ana Oxa. The song is Sali, Canto dell'anima. I'm going to do my best. Italian is a language I know a little bit of. So I'm hoping I do pronunciations justice. It translates to Rise, Song of the Soul. What do we think of Ana Oxa?
Okay. I kind of like it. Okay. I don't. For some reason, I think it's because of kind of the rasp she has in her voice, but I almost got a bit of like Calliope from North Macedonia.
Oh, sure, okay.
Yeah, and I kind of love I don't know why it's. I don't want to say the isms because I know other people can do it too. Kind of how the way she vocalizes it at a bunch of parts. I really enjoyed that. And I just love kind of the theatrics of it all, the dynamics. The scream at the climax for some reason got me. Like I really lived for that. It gave me a bit of like, in terms of how it was orchestrated and kind of all the dynamics, it gave me very much Someone Gets Hurt from Mean Girls.
Okay, interesting.
Yeah, in terms of kind of like that intensity. Yeah.
Okay. This was not my favorite. I went back and forth on this song a lot, actually.
Sure.
I love her voice. I think her voice is incredibly striking, and that's what got me really, really entertained by the vocal. I think, unfortunately for me, there was just too much of the shrieking.
Sure.
And it kind of, there were a lot of songs this year that did a lot of things that I don't know if I loved. And I liked when her vocal was, a little bit more pared down. Not that the shrieking sort of effect was bad by any means, because I thought it was good to an extent. I just thought there was a little bit too much of it and not enough, like rest of the song.
Sure.
But I mean, she's a great vocalist. That's undeniable. So yeah, it wasn't my favorite, unfortunately.
Yeah, that's totally fair. Yeah. I figured it'd be very much kind of like a lot of, it's either you like it or you don't. Like there's not really an in-between here.
Yeah. Ooh, that's a lighting setup I can get behind now. I have a new ring light, so I'm trying to like figure out angles with it.
Come through, influencer.
I'm trying. We're gonna move to Ariete. The song is Mare guai, or Sea of Troubles.
I like it.
It's fine.
It's fine.
It's fine. I thought her vocal was really good. What I love about Sanremo as well is we're judging live vocals from the start. And I loved being able to hear the live vocal.
We'll talk about it because I don't know about that.
I like the ability to judge the live vocal because then I can judge the song accordingly, as opposed to just listening to a studio version. Because time and time again in these videos that we're doing, we hear a studio version and it's wonderful and fantastic and it's the best thing we've ever heard, and then we get to the live and it's bad.
Yeah. Oof, for example.
So I like the ability. So I like the ability to judge, the live vocal from the start. I like the syncopation in the chorus, but unfortunately for me, nothing really else stands out about the song. But I think she's a good vocalist.
Yeah, I'm very much on that same kind of wavelength. I love the instrumentation. That piano at the beginning kind of was very intriguing. I love her voice. It gave me a bit of like kind of a Halsey bit of feel.
Okay, sure.
A bit. It felt very like alternative kind of thing. Her low notes were nice. I'm a sucker for a contralto, so like, it was just missing that punch. I think because the vocals didn't like go a whole lot of places.
Yeah, that was kind of my difficulty as well.
Yeah.
Next up is Articolo 31, I'm going to say, because I don't know how to say 31 in Italian. But the song is Un bel viaggio, or A Nice Trip. Now, Anissa, was this a nice trip for you?
No.
It wasn't a nice trip for me, I'll just say that.
It wasn't, unfortunately. They don't have the strongest voices. Okay. The rapping was alright. I enjoyed the flow of it. And then I enjoyed when he started getting more intense with the rapping. Like, it felt very personal to him, kind of thing. And I felt like that kind of translated well. I felt like whatever the DJ was doing, whatever the second guy was doing, some of what he was doing kind of ruined it. Like there was like a crab scratch moment all of a sudden, just repeating like a certain phrase, and that kind of ruined the vibe for me. So yeah, I didn't like it.
I wrote, sounds like a frat boy singing karaoke.
Yeah.
And I have a lot of experience with frat boys singing karaoke because, hi, I was one. So I'm familiar with the concept. I didn't enjoy this. There's someone who will enjoy this, and I'm happy for them. Unfortunately, it's not going to be me.
And sadly, it will not be me either.
Great. Next up, Colapesce and Dimartino. The song is Splash.
I kind of like this. I really like this.
I love this.
Great.
I really enjoy this.
Yeah, I really wasn't right from the start. It kind of like you get to hear this like 10 seconds of like just mellow stuff, and then it's like a boom switch up kind of thing.
Yeah. Yeah, their voices sound incredible together. Mm-hmm. But what I appreciated even more is that they sound just as great separately.
Mm-hmm.
Their choreography really sold me. I'm gonna be honest. The choreo, the jump moments, they really utilize that staircase that they have for Sanremo this year, which I love the stage of Sanremo this year, by the way. But I love how much they utilized the stage where a lot of people didn't. I really appreciated these two using the stage. They have great charisma. The vocals are good. They sound great together, and the song is wonderful.
Yeah, no, they absolutely like sold this performance for me. My favorite part was honestly like the chorus where they're like belting, where they're both belting up there. And it sounded clean, it sounded unified kind of thing. Again, like you said, they sounded great together. My one thing is just the guy in the purple suit kind of sounded a bit shaky around that lower register, probably because it's probably not like around where he's comfortable.
Definitely.
But I know there's room for improvement.
Yeah.
But otherwise, this is amazing. Oh, I also wish they sung in harmony at a couple points and it wasn't entirely in unison.
There's a little bit more harmony. I agree. Would have been nice, but yeah.
Yeah. It's great.
Great. Next is Colla Zio. The song is Non mi va. I don't want to.
Oh, that's what it translates to?
It translates to I don't want to, and I don't want to listen to this song ever again.
Was it that bad for you?
I really did not enjoy this.
I kind of enjoyed it. I don't know.
I'm very happy you did.
Okay, I will say at the start, if we're gonna, because this kind of gives me eat your salad in a way where our initial reactions were super contrasting.
Okay.
Where I absolutely loved it and you hated it. So I feel like this is kind of exactly what this is kind of like a deja vu moment for us. The way it started, I don't know how to feel though.
I hated the auto-tune at the start.
I hated the auto-tune at the start.
Hated it. Literally wrote hated in all caps. Like,
I think that's mainly actually no, there's two. But that was one of the main things that really stood out to me and not in the best way. And then the guy in the orange kind of was a bit out of pocket at a couple points.
mm-hmm.
And it felt a bit shaky. Some of the syncopation was not as tight as it should have been. But otherwise, everything else about it, I really enjoyed.
So I wrote, has the organization and cohesion of a frat pledge class who decided to make a song.
It does feel very fratty.
I don't know why so much of this evening I compared to fraternities, which is not an Italian concept. I will say the flow in the first verse, whoever was rapping the first verse, fantastic. Best part of the song.
I personally preferred the second verse if we're talking about like between the two verses.
We just have two completely different ideas about this.
We absolutely do.
It never happens like this, so I'm honestly really happy.
It's happened like once or twice at least. Last year at least.
Sparsely.
Yeah.
Sparsely. Yeah. Yeah, good overall.
Yeah.
Not really good overall. Actually, I didn't enjoy it.
You seem really like it.
No, I don't. I don't.
There's still time. Tired. There's still time. It's okay, Logan.
I listened to 28 songs in Italian today. Che fai rumore? That's also the first song that came on my shuffle this morning, so it was a good morning.
For me, it was Ciao Ciao, not gonna lie.
Oh my god, I love it. Let's talk about Come Cose. The song is L'addio, or The Goodbye.
I don't like this.
I don't love it. I think I enjoy it more than you do, but I still don't really enjoy it. What I liked the most is the woman. The woman's vocals were great.
Absolutely.
The duet, however, I didn't love the way that their voices necessarily sounded together. He was flat for most of the song.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know whether that was intentional or what. I liked the little bit of choreography that they had, but it got a little cheesy by the end of the song.
Yeah.
Not necessarily for me, unfortunately.
I don't think it's for me either. It felt a bit one note to me. It felt very much like at like a 30 the entire way through. And really the only thing I liked about it was the woman, obviously, but also them finally singing like finally sounding decent when they sang together at the very last phrase.
Yeah.
Because it was like an octave overlap between them two, and it did not sounded good. And then finally they sang in the same octave, and I was like, okay, cool.
Yeah. Just nah.
Nah.
Nah. Nah. Next is Cugini di Campagna. The song is Lettera 22.
I want to like this so badly.
It's fine.
I want to love it more than I do so badly, but fortunately it's missing something. It's missing a couple of things.
It just doesn't go a whole lot of places.
Yeah.
I think the main vocal is good. I like their jackets. I thought that was a lovely.
I like the jackets. The guitars were a nice touch.
The high notes were sharp. Very sharp.
But I appreciate the range that person has.
Yes. I wrote that this feels kind of like classic Eurovision entry from Italy. And I can't name one like right off the bat, but this seems like the kind of song that would have been sent to Eurovision from like Italy, or like if the Most Serene State of San Marino had competed in like the 80s and 90s, like this.
Right.
This is the kind of song that they would send.
Yeah, this very much gives me kind of 80s, 90s Eurovision, maybe 70s.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah, I would even say 70s.
Yeah, like back when Gianni Morandi first. Gianni Morandi. Okay.
He went to Eurovision, right?
I believe he did. I don't remember what year.
I hope he did.
No, he did. I remember. No, because last year there was a whole thing with like a bunch of them coming back.
1970.
Well, there you go. Just on the nose.
Yep. Competed in Amsterdam 1970 with the song Occhi di Ragazza and finished 8th.
Oh?
Good for you, Gianni Morandi.
Good for you, Gianni Morandi.
We chose the right Italian man to stand. We really did. These, unfortunately, not the Italian men we're going to be standing. I'm so sorry.
Although that bass player was everything. Whoever was playing that bass.
Great. Yeah.
That was great.
The music was really good in the song. Yeah.
The music was really good. I was hoping for some higher energy stuff, though. Especially mainly from the singers. I was hoping for some more energy.
Well, if you want some high energy, here we go. It's Elodie with Due. Or Due. Due. I'm speaking Albanian.
Italian? Albanian, sorry.
Imagine if we have Due and then Due. It's going to be the new Amen. Even though they mean two completely different things. I love this.
And I figured we would both.
100. This is right up our alleys.
Yep. The feather jacket.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god. Her voice is amazing too.
The vocal, the drama, the vibe, just everything about it. She commanded the stage. I will say there were a few sharp moments that were very, very noticeable.
Mainly in the falsetto for me. It was mainly in the falsettos.
Yeah. But overall, it's a really strong performance.
I really love this.
I think she did pretty well in the press jury rankings, which I actually have and we'll talk about at the end. I think she did pretty well. We'll talk about it. But yeah, I like this a lot.
Oh.
It's very good.
Oh, excuse me. Sorry.
Let's move to Gianluca Grignani. The song is Quando ti manca il fiato, or When You're Out of Breath.
And he sounded like he was out of breath.
So this starts, apparently, a trend that we have this year at Sanremo of men putting poems to music.
Yeah.
There were like 3 or 4 of them. I remember writing that more times than I should have. This is not my favorite.
It's far from my favorite, to be honest.
Not even close to my favorite.
Yeah, and I know a lot of people, at least according to the Eurovision World website, are unfortunately in agreement with that as well.
Mm-hmm.
It is actually currently in last on the Eurovision World poll.
Oh, is it really?
It is only 11 votes.
That's unfortunate. Those 11 people didn't listen to the rest of the songs of this year.
I suppose. Maybe. I don't know. But wait, if I can get my notes up real quickly. Okay. I put it gave very like drunk uncle energy. I feel like the very much similar to like a Filipino like family reunion. There's always karaoke. There's going to be a drunk uncle hogging the mic.
Oh yeah, this is the drunk uncle at the frat party, hosted by the frat pledges, with that one guy singing karaoke on the side too.
Yeah. And not to mention, Logan, I don't know if you caught it, but there's 2 key changes.
I wouldn't even call him a key change because, again, this is a poem put to music. Was there singing? Was there actually singing in this song?
There was pitch.
And it was bad.
There was pitch.
Let's move on. Next is Gianmaria. The song is Mostro, Monster.
Okay. This is going to be the first... There's going to be a very common note that I put for a lot of these. And this is the first song that I'm going to say for this. Blanco-esque. It gave me very...
No, you can't do him like this because I really like this song.
I like it too. And that's the part of...
I don't know if I would necessarily say Blanco. There's a lot of them coming up. There's a lot of
them coming up.
I don't know necessarily if I would.
At least for me, in terms of like aesthetic and kind of like...
aesthetic, absolutely.
Aesthetic, absolutely.
Also,
but in terms of like the music itself as well, and kind of how the genre that he kind of goes for,
mm-hmm.
It's very much, to me, it gives me Blanco as well. Okay. Not to be comparing like...
No, that's fair. Everyone, but I really enjoyed this.
I enjoyed it too.
Good. His flow in the first verse is really, really good. And I love this like very powerful, raspy vocal mixed with this like low key electronic beat that we have.
Almost like a lo-fi kind of thing.
It reminds me a little bit. I remember disliking this song, and I remember you loving this song last year. And as I listened to the song more, I started liking it. This reminds me a little bit of Farfalle from last year's Sanremo.
It's been a while. Whoa. No, I did like that song.
Right. Like, and I really didn't like it when we reviewed Sanremo, and I started listening to it more and I really enjoyed it. I think it got nominated for some like Italian music award last year or something.
Oh.
I was like, good for you. I don't remember his name.
Period. Okay.
San something?
I cannot tell you.
It's gonna bother me, so I'm gonna look it up, but give me your thought.
There we are. Okay. I like the vibe. Amazing flow. When he gets I love the belting.
Mm-hmm.
I think the first like time he did it, it was just a bit pitchy.
Mm-hmm.
And I felt like that was kind of expected as well, because it's like, you know, and that's your first time hitting that note throughout the song. As the song progressed for me, it did get better. It got a lot better, actually. I love the amount of intensity he puts into this. Like you can truly tell he's giving his all into it.
Yeah. Yeah, I really enjoy it. Next is Giorgia with the song Parole dette male, or Bad Words.
I don't know about you, but this almost gave me a bit of Neslamna.
A little bit.
Yup. She's I love her tone at a couple, like especially towards the higher end of her voice. Although it might have been pitchy, I love that tone.
I enjoyed this a lot, actually.
Yeah, I did like it a lot. Her lower notes are amazing. She's got a nice mid range. Her runs were everything. She did a high bell and then ran down to her mid range. That was the part that really sold it for me.
Yeah, what did I write for this song? I love that this is kind of, and again, this is me being an American. I immediately went to this sort of like 2000 R&B sort of music.
Sure.
With this powerful belting, like dramatic vocal. I really enjoyed that. I thought the note at the very end was really, really strong, though a little pitchy, but I thought it was really strong overall. Yeah, I enjoyed this a lot.
I enjoyed it a lot as well.
So, good on you, Georgia.
I didn't think we would agree on this, actually.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I enjoy it. Yeah. Let's talk about Lazza. The song is Tenere, or Ash is the English translation of this word.
Part 2.
Yeah. Again, I don't mind it, though.
I don't mind it either. I think this is really well done.
Yeah. Yeah, I enjoy it.
Yeah, and I see it getting a lot of hype around it as well. Like a good amount of hype. Not as much as hype as someone else. We're going to talk about it later. But this has been getting a lot of hype recently. Nice. Sorry.
Whatever was happening at the start, not a fan.
Not a fan of that.
The auto-tuned surrounding vote. No, I was not. No, but the flow was good. I thought overall it was really good. It's just those parts really took away from the song for me.
I'll agree with that too. Although it's a good vibe. Nice voice, lovely tone. My favorite part, honestly, was the chorus. And I thought it was like solidly produced. It was very well produced.
Yeah. Yeah. Overall, he looks good.
He does look good.
Yeah. Let's move to LDA. The song is Se Poi Domani, or If Then, Tomorrow.
I actually really like that. I'm a huge fan.
I really enjoy this a lot.
I was about to say this was part 3, but then the song went on, and I was like, wait, hold up.
He's got a very strong stage presence.
He does.
And I really enjoyed that. Great vocal. One of a couple examples of a really good key change where it only adds to the song. Yeah, I thought this was really powerful.
I thought it was powerful too, and I felt like a good amount of that kind of factor. A huge factor of it was kind of the way he performed that as well. He emoted the fuck out of this song.
Yeah.
Yeah, whoa. I'm losing my notes.
Oh,
yeah.
No.
He hit every to me, like, he really sold it for me. He sold this performance to me. He hit every like note that he was supposed to hit. And he's got a great tone. He's got a great voice. Yeah. Yeah. And he also looks great.
Looks pretty good. We got a good amount of attractive men this year at Sanremo.
We do. We really do.
I'm not a fan of it. Let's move to Leo Gassmann. The song is Terzo Cuore, or Third Heart.
Another. Great looking. Anyways.
Another Blanco-esque, I would say. Okay,
I didn't get as actually no, I did. Now that I think of it, I really enjoyed the soft electric guitar at the beginning.
Yeah.
And it's kind of this kind of vulnerable moment when he starts singing, even though it was a bit shaky. He's got a solid voice, although I think when he gets into the belting of it all, I feel like he could use a bit more support in that diaphragm because
Agreed.
it does sound a bit strained, at least to me.
I would agree with you.
I also in the verses, I wish it didn't sound like I wish he wasn't like whisper singing.
I really loved that sort of almost spoken word effect. I really enjoyed that, honestly. I thought it contrasted from the power that he had in the choruses really, really well.
Right.
That's personal.
For sure. I think for me it was just kind of the airiness of it kind of took away with what he was saying.
Mm-hmm.
Not that I fully understand Italian or whatever, but like, just in general.
No, I agree with you.
Also, I noticed when he performs a lot, he keeps taking the mic away, like unintentionally.
Yeah, I noticed that too.
And then the only other comment I really put is okay camera kiss.
He's got a great charisma.
He's got great charisma.
Okay. Halfway through.
Woo!
Levante is next with the song Vivo.
It's all right.
It's fine. It's not my absolute favorite.
Yeah.
It's got bits and pieces that I really think are good and go well together. My biggest issue, and this is one of the main examples of why I'm really happy that we're hearing live vocals from the start, is because she was flat for most of the performance and sharp in the choruses.
Unfortunately, yeah, I did get that.
She had a note in mind and just never hit it.
Yeah, it felt very stiff.
Yeah.
Like the performance overall kind of felt stiff. I felt like if she was able to kind of loosen up and really kind of embrace the moment in a way, maybe it wouldn't sound so kind of strained. But I mean, I love her aesthetic. She's got a decent voice, despite the pitch.
Yeah, I think the construction of the song is just where I had the most issue, but I mean, it's fine. It's not my least favorite by a country mile.
Definitely not.
No. Party. Speaking of party, Madame with Il Bene nel Male, the good and the bad.
This is cool.
I'm saying it for the first time today. This could win Eurovision. I really genuinely think this could win. This is spectacular. It's spectacular.
I could see a universe where this wins.
It's most of what I wrote, I'm going to be honest, is wow, I love this. Fuck, wow, I love this. Wow. Like half of my notes for this song. Oh god. The thing I wrote the most is that it was so I don't mean pitch wise. The song was so sharp. It was so well produced, so well sung. Everything came together the way that it needed to. Their vocal was so good. The flow and the rap and everything about it, just I'm such a big fan of this.
Yep, as am I. She's quite a storyteller, I must say.
Mm-hmm.
She is a storyteller. And her flow and enunciation is immaculate.
Mm-hmm.
You got to hear every single syllable, regardless of how fast she was going. The instrumentation was amazing. I like that we get to hear more of her singing voice in the second half. And just overall very well produced. I really personally my favorite part is the chorus where she's going super fast with those syllables. And she nails it every time too.
Yeah. Yes.
This is amazing.
Yes. Just yes.
Yes.
Let's move to Moda Sattei. The song is 2000 minuti, or 2000 minutes.
I love this.
I really like it.
I really like this.
Yeah. It's a great vocal. The song is put together very well. She's clearly a very passionate performer. She's very clearly a storyteller. Nothing really stood out dramatically with this song for me, but I thought overall it was really good.
Yeah, for sure. I felt like her falsetto. My really only thing was that I felt like her falsettos could be a bit clearer.
Mm-hmm.
And I am a huge sucker for contraltos as well. So when she hit the low notes in the verses, I was like, yes. And then she started belting towards the end of the song, towards the choruses. And I really enjoyed that as well. We get to see like kind of a lot of the range she has. And like you mentioned, Logan, I felt like it was also very well put together. And she sounds great.
Yeah. Don't know if this is necessarily a winner, I'm gonna be honest, but I think overall it's a good solid performance.
Yeah, I agree as well.
Yeah. Let's move to Marco Mengoni. The song is Due Vite, or Two Lives.
Two Lives, yes. This is amazing.
This could also win Eurovision.
Yep.
I said it.
I can see it too.
All I wrote is absolutely gorgeous. That's all I wrote. Like it all came together in such a beautiful way. The vocal, the orchestra, the backing, the music, the everything. Just my favorite part is the bridge, and just the syncopation, the way he goes about it. Oh,
it's when he starts growling. High notes. You know, I ended up like listening to this twice because I really wanted to show my brother as soon as he got home. I was like, yes, you need to listen to this mix. Boom.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he also, just as kind of a preface as well, he also competed in Eurovision in 2013 with the song Lazza Zio.
Oh, I did not know that.
Yeah.
How'd he do?
I think he did well. I think he did pretty well.
I'll look it up. I'll look it up.
But I recognize the name and I recognize his face, and I'm like, wait, Michael Mengoni.
7th.
Yep, there you go.
Wow. Yeah, I was not aware. I didn't know we had a Eurovision winner in the lineup. Actually, I think he's the only one.
Well, he's not a Eurovision winner, but
Eurovision rep is what I meant.
Yes. Yes, he did compete.
Good for him. I mean, are we going to get 2 back-to-back prior reps going to Eurovision again? Perhaps. He would add to the prior Eurovision representatives going to this year, because that's
I was thinking about that too.
Well, not fully.
Yeah, but we get the potential of Marco Mengoni. We have Loreen. Please add to the list.
Not Ulrico.
That is true.
Damir Kedzo. Technically Hurricane for Serbia, even though it's completely different women. Yeah. Who else is there?
Potentially Victor Crone.
I was going to say potentially Victor Crone. There's a couple others.
There's a couple others for sure. But
Lulu Lamott is now out for Sweden. But
yeah. But I felt like this is kind of the one song I put that felt absolutely ready for Eurovision.
Mm-hmm.
And I could see it winning Eurovision as well. So, yeah, I think his mixed register is everything.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry if I'm speaking too much.
You're good. It's worth talking about.
It really is. And I'm gonna say it again because this is part 2 of me saying he hit everything that he needed to hit.
He did what needed to be done. Yeah. So did Madame.
Oh yeah, so did Madame. Yeah,
we just didn't say it during her portion, but she also did.
I did not say that, and I should have.
We must move on, unfortunately, because we still have 10 songs to cover.
Oh yeah, we do.
Let's talk about Moda with the song Lasciami, or Leave Me.
It's fine.
It's another spoken word poem.
Better done, what though? Better done than Gianluca.
They're all one and the same, really, for me.
But this one sounded better to my ears, at least.
Sure.
He's got decent belts, like a decent belting voice. I feel like this is where I'm gonna. Yep, I think I'm gonna do it.
Really, for this one?
I didn't feel the same way with any other songs as I did for this one. So this, I guess, is the part where I give my cup crown for perfectly inoffensive. Congratulations, Moda.
Okay.
Yeah. I didn't write much about this, so I don't have much to say.
I wrote a spoken word poem again. That's all I wrote.
He's got a nice voice. It's just, I think it's just the song itself. Really.
I couldn't tell you anything about this spoken word poem. So okay.
Sure.
Next up, Mr. Rain with the song Superheroi or Superheroes.
So this song's been getting a lot of hype as well.
I really like it.
I'm kind of on the fence about it.
That's fair. I remember who had oh no. Because
Yes.
Like, who had a child choir last year at Sanremo?
Oh,
And
it's
it was
Sanremo.
at Sanremo, it was what's his bucket?
I'm not remembering.
The guy who lost Sanremo and then went to San Marino and won.
That was not a child's choir. That was a gospel choir.
Was it? Oh no.
Yes, Logan.
I thought there was a child choir.
No, but it made me think of Ireland last year.
Oh no.
Oh,
this is much better than that.
This is much better than that. However,
anyway.
I enjoy the vibe overall. It's got a decent tone. I don't know.
I really enjoyed this actually. I thought I really like his voice. That's what really sold it. I love a bass that just lives in being a bass. Like that does something for me.
Right.
And I really enjoyed it. I liked the child choir. I think by the end it got a little cheesy, but I'm willing to forgive that because I thought overall it was a really good performance. And I thought the song itself held up. And I think it would hold up without a child choir. So I really, really enjoyed it.
Yeah, I also enjoyed the child's choir as well. I also thought he could have loosened up a bit more as well, because to me he felt a bit stiff on stage. And it seems something very. I should have translated this before we got on, but it seems something that's very like personal and sentimental.
It is. It's I looked at some of the English lyrics. It's a powerful song. So yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, no, I'm like on the fence about it. It's like I want to like it, but there's something about it that makes me not like it, and I don't know why.
Okay.
I can't put my finger on it. But I mean, good for him getting all the hype he's getting.
Yeah. I enjoy it. I like it. Next is Olly, Polvere or Dust.
Is this part 3? Part 4.
I think it's 4.
We're on 4.
And this is my least favorite of all of them.
For me, this is my like. Actually, no, this is my least favorite of those.
All I wrote was whatever the fuck he was doing with his falsetto is a no.
It's giving Lil Yachty.
That's generous.
Like when he went into the falsetto, I genuinely got Lil Yachty.
That's generous.
Or Ray Shremmerd with Sway.
My difficulty is just if you don't have the falsetto and the power behind the falsetto to hit the falsetto, don't do the falsetto.
The autotune didn't save it either. I hated the autotune.
You don't have the ability to hit that, so don't. It's that simple. And it really took away, because I think otherwise it was a perfectly whatever song. And that just really killed it for me personally. Not my favorite.
I'm not a fan of this. This isn't my cup of tea either. It's the autotune for me. I'm like, once he put the mic to his mouth and he sang, and I heard that autotune, I was like,
Yeah. Anyway. Paola and Chiara with Furore.
So this is the Azúcar Moreno of Italia, huh?
I love them. No, this was everything for me. I really enjoyed it.
This was so camp.
It's so camp and stupid, and I love it. Like, it's so good.
This absolutely gave me Azúcar Moreno to a T.
It did.
And I love them so much for it.
I love every moment of it. I'm gonna be, and I remember who were the fabulous women last year? The duet from Sanremo that we really liked, but like did horribly.
I'm not remembering.
I'm not either, but it gave me very that. I just love two powerful, badass women performing together. The song was cute. I love all the dancers.
The dancers were cute.
The vocals, I thought as well, were really good.
Yeah, the vocals were pretty solid.
The vocals were good.
The key change,
they sounded great separately and together.
Yep. I enjoyed the key change, and I liked it.
Key change that I also enjoyed.
No, because I actually liked it better in that second key.
Me too. I don't know if they would have been able to sustain in that key for the whole time.
That's
get the key change, but it just built into this beautiful, campy, whatever. I loved it. A big fan of it.
I really like this.
Yeah. Let's move to Rosa Chemical. The song is Made in Italy. Now, I was made aware of some less than ideal things that have been done and said by this man.
Oh.
Which doesn't take away from anything, because I really hate this.
Okay. That actually changes things for me, because there were things that I liked about this.
There were things I enjoyed. If I'm looking at it as the song and not factoring in him as a horrible person from what we've found out, I thought it was fine. It gives me stripper vibes.
That probably explains my note with this, because I put Blanca, but more avant-garde.
So, why am I not remembering this man's name?
Achille
Lauro. It gives me Achille Lauro.
Yeah. I enjoyed the music itself. I enjoyed the background singers when they sang Made in Italy.
The orchestra sounded great.
The orchestra sounded great, yeah. The energy was great. Sounds like a fun time. What was that bridge? That bridge was a mess. I heard boo 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 boo, and then hey sexy lady, boo 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 boo.
Anyway, don't be a misogynist.
Don't.
Let's talk about Sathu. The song is Cause Perse, or Lost Causes.
Okay. What was this? Okay. Not that this takes actually this might take away from the performance. But what was going on with the audio? It's probably not. Sorry?
It cut out at the start, right?
It cut out at the start, and then it cut out at another point in the song as well.
I don't know.
And that's definitely not his fault. I don't think that's his fault either. He's got decent vocals. Part 5. I'm gonna say this is part 5.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah. But I mean, the blending of the vocals are nice. I enjoy the vibe of it all. He also kind of gave his aesthetic kind of gave me a bit of like Karaja as well. He looks a lot like Karaja.
Yes.
With the black bowl cut and the jacket undone with no shirt underneath. Although otherwise it's just there was a lot going on. It was like at 100 maybe more than that the entire time. And it just ended abruptly. Like not abruptly, it ended weirdly.
All I Wrote is not super memorable. I couldn't tell you anything about this song other than the audio cutting out.
Well, okay.
Yeah, I mean, it's unfortunate, but...
Up next, we have...
Up next, Shari. The song is Egoista or Selfish.
Oh, okay. Yes. Oh, I didn't realize we were there already.
We are already there.
I didn't realize that. Okay, cool. It's... There are things I like about it, and there are things that I don't.
There are things I enjoy about this, and there are things that I don't.
Yeah, like she's got a decent voice. It's just she was pitchy. And I don't feel like this was like whatever genre she was kind of singing in, I don't feel like was right for her. It's either the genre's not right for her or the song doesn't feel right for her. Or it could be both. Because that's very much how I felt the entire time listening to this.
Mm-hmm. I thought the vocals were good. My biggest issue was she had a lot of struggle with breath control.
Yeah.
That was where I had the biggest issue, but I thought overall, it was good. It was fine.
Mm-hmm.
You know what? Yeah, I think this is going to be my perfectly inoffensive.
Sure.
I think it's fine.
Yeah, sure. And I could see that kind of viewpoint as well. It's not my favorite, but it's definitely like miles from my least favorite.
Sure. Yeah. 3 more. We've got Tananai with Tango.
Did he compete last year?
I believe so. This was a name that I recognized. I believe it
was
him.
I was gonna say.
And Ana Oxa were the 2 names that I recognized.
I don't think
I don't remember, but let's take a look. In the meantime, what'd you think?
Sorry, I'm working on my banners real quick because I'm making some changes.
Ooh.
Yeah. Where are we? Okay. So he's got a great voice. The syncopation was tight.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's really what sold it for me. Because my first time listening to it, my brother came home and we were listening to it together. And one of the first comments he said was, the way he started, that's a hard way to start. There's so many syllables to pick up on once you get into the downbeat.
Yeah.
Let's see. This was my one. So this is the one that I put for perfectly solid. Like I really enjoyed this.
I would agree. So it's funny. I looked it up. Tananai is actually the only artist returning from last year's Sanremo. We both hated his song last year.
Oh.
I distinctly remember both of us saying this is not a good song. It was what was it called? Sesso Occasionale. If you remember that song.
Oh.
Same guy.
Whoa.
Much better song. Though honestly, All I Wrote was beautiful but doesn't do anything for me.
Yeah, that's kind of how I felt about it too. Like looking at everything and listening to everything at a musical standpoint. Again, great voice. Syncopation, perfect.
Mm-hmm.
Like perfectly in pocket, great. Yeah, it's just didn't do much for me either. It felt like something personal to him. So proud of him.
Yeah.
Yeah, but again, perfectly solid.
Sure. Two more. We got Ultimo with the song Alba or Sunrise.
Sunrise. I actually really like this.
I am thoroughly obsessed with this song.
Wow.
I
Okay.
love this. I love this, and I will tell you why. The way it builds is just so
Yep.
powerful. Starting with
Yep.
this like very soft beginning, and then by the end, he's basically like screaming, and it's so powerful. The stage presence is there, despite him literally just standing in front of a microphone. You can tell that he's a storyteller. You can tell that this is like a very passionate and meaningful song to him. I wrote it was an absolute masterpiece, and I'm going to say it for the third time today. This could win Eurovision.
I would support it, honestly. This
would
is
too.
great. And I was like, wait. No, when I was listening to this, I was like, I'm kind of surprised that I actually like this.
Mm-hmm.
It's like his low register. He starts out with his low register and he hits all those notes, like bass notes, perfectly. We get a moment in, I believe it's the bridge, where he kind of sings his way up to that, to kind of the belting of it all.
Yeah.
And I was like, yes, like it was powerful. He sold it for me. Like this is, I could also see this winning. This is also a masterpiece in my eyes. I really love this. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
One more song.
More song.
And it's Will. The song is Stupido.
Stupid. Part 6? 6.
Yeah.
And so this was kind of the other one I was kind of wavering between with Olly in terms of kind of my least favorite of the archetype, if you will.
Sure.
I didn't write much about this either, but again, cool vibe. I like the vibes. The vibes.
Babe.
He's got a nice voice. I feel like it's just the song itself. And also there were a couple parts where it felt a bit out of pocket. Like I noticed it especially in the first verse where he's basically kind of rushing his way into that chorus. And once he gets to that chorus, kind of the impact it was supposed to have from the beat drop to all the music coming in.
Yeah.
It did not feel as powerful as it should have been.
Mm-hmm. I agree. There were pitchy moments, definitely. The rush, like first verse, I agree with you. The only other thing I wrote was not memorable, but fine.
Yeah.
Like, I don't remember anything really about this song other than the rushed first verse. So.
Yeah.
Kind of a meh way to end, but we do have the overall press jury rankings after the first 2 nights, if you want to take a look at that.
Sure.
So there's that. So at the top is Marco Mengoni, followed by Colapesce and Dimartino, Madame taking third, Tananai actually taking fourth, and Elodie in fifth. And at the bottom is Sethu.
Oh, the apps. Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's not really all that surprising.
It's not.
I thought Ultimo would be higher.
For sure. And I thought that Quando manca fiato was lower.
Gianmaria is dangerously low. I don't like that.
Gianluca is dangerously high, and I don't like that either.
I don't either. But that is just the press jury rankings after the first 2 nights. Obviously, they're going to do their final rankings on night 5. And that does constitute 33% of the total voting for the winner of Sanremo. The other thing to note is that the winner of Sanremo is not necessarily going to be the person to represent Italy at Eurovision.
Are we getting a fit in the situation again?
It's always it's always been an option. So it's not necessarily, so they are eligible to compete. The winner is eligible to compete and represent Italy at Eurovision. In the event that the winner of Sanremo does not submit the form required to submit to RAI, the broadcaster, RAI will then internally choose the artist and song from the other Sanremo acts.
Oh.
So one of the 28 songs we just talked about will go to Eurovision. It's just a matter of, will it be the winner of Sanremo?
So
we don't know yet.
So say the winner doesn't follow through, let's say. So there could be a possibility that the last place entry could be internally selected.
Correct. If RAI believes it to be an entry worthy of going to Eurovision.
Right.
I believe, and I haven't done full research, so don't quote me on this. I believe the few times that the Sanremo winner has opted not to go to Eurovision, I believe it's been one of the higher placing entries overall. So probably it will be someone who ends up in that super final of 5. I would be surprised if they didn't, contact the second or third place person first before contacting anybody else. But I mean, if the broadcaster really says, hey, we want this person that got 14th, anything is really possible. And I do remember there was a moment last year when Mahmoud and Blanco won that we didn't know whether they were going to go to Eurovision. They took a few days actually to submit that form to RAI. And so we could have had somebody else going to Eurovision. They did ultimately go, obviously, and got 6th and did well. But so that's going to be something to take a look at when we do our Super Saturday coverage, which we will be live on after Super Saturday, probably a little bit towards the end of everything, and then at the end of Super Saturday talking about the 7 new acts. We will know, hopefully by the end of that evening, we will know at least 6 songs going to Eurovision and maybe a 7th.
Yep.
But with that, we've gotten to the point in our program where we must give out points.
Sorry, I was making some changes.
I've been making changes the whole time, so don't worry. I believe we both had 3 honorable mentions.
Yes, we did.
Would you like to start?
I would like to start. So my 3 honorable mentions will be going to Paola and Chiara, Ana Oxa, and Cugini de Campagna.
Oh, good for Ana Oxa.
I liked it. Okay,
I didn't. My honorable mentions are going to go to Giorgia, Lazza, and Leo Gassmann.
Sure. Said my 1 point, given my critiques, will be going to Non Mi Va.
Okay.
To me, it was just kind of the citizenny of it all.
Sure. Oh, my lighting just got weird. Anyway,
there we go.
We're getting a little bit more intimate for the points, I guess. I don't know.
The lighting, the dim lighting.
Literally, my ring light just fell down a little bit. It's an adjustable one, so it's like on a tripod, so I can.
Gotcha.
Quite literally, I could show you. It's this.
Oh.
It's a square. Anyway, my 1 point is going to go to Sattei, 2000 minuti.
Ah. No, I like that. My 2 points. Yes, we're at 2 points. My 2 points will be going to Cenere.
Sure. It's whatever the auto-tune stuff that was happening dropped it to an honorable mention for me, but I do love that for you.
Right, yeah.
My 2 points are going to go to Gianmaria Mostro.
It was shortlisted for me. It was shortlisted.
Yeah.
With that being said, my 3 points will be going to 2000 Minuti.
Oh, good. That's good. Okay. I'm pretty sure you have not given points to this person, and if you had, it would have already been revealed. My 3 points are going to Mr. Rain. Subereroy.
Unfortunately, those are I did not give this person points, or will not be giving this person points.
Great.
It's just not my taste. It's just not my cup of tea. But there are things I like about it.
Valid.
My 4 points are going to Parole.
I thought the same thing. Good. Good. It seems like we have similar lists, just in different places.
For sure.
My 4 points go to Paola and Chiara.
And I figured you'd be giving them points.
I really enjoyed it.
Yeah.
It's a campy mess, and I love fabulous campy women.
Yes. Absolutely. The exact reason why I loved Pastoreo so much.
Mm-hmm.
Also, just because it sounds great. It sounds great.
Yeah.
My 5 points, after a lot of rearranging, will be going to Splash.
Oh wow, okay.
Yeah. It fell there. It fell there.
So my top 6 were the 6 songs that I put in my like highest tier when I shortlisted.
Mm-hmm.
So it was difficult for me to rank them. And any of these 6 songs coming up for me, I would be fine if Paolo and Chiara won. Honestly, I think that'd be wonderful. I don't see it happening.
Yeah, but... and I fully support Georgia also, kind of.
You sure? Yeah. With that being said, my 5 points are gonna go to LDA, Se Puoi Domani.
I'm glad that he's on your list. I'm actually kind of surprised that he hasn't been getting a lot of love on the Eurovision poll website.
I know. Upsetting.
It very much that. So my 6 points will be going to Elodie with Due.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, then. It fell there.
Sure. No, I get it. Similarly to your list, my 6 points go to Colapesce and Dimartino.
That makes me happy. Yeah.
Yeah. Great song. Great song.
It's a great song. Now, my 7 points will be going to Alba.
I'm really interested to see. Okay, I'm just gonna leave it at that. I love that. My 7 points go to Due.
Okay. My 8 points will be going to LDA.
Okay. So we have the same top 2.
I'm very sure we have the same top 2. I don't know what order though.
I know we do, because my 8 points go to Ultimo.
Yeah. It's just about what order, and I don't know if we have it in the right. If we have it,
I don't know if we do. So let's find out.
I don't know if we do. But it's very much back and forth between these two. So
yeah.
My 10 points will be going to Madame with El Bene Nel Manley.
And my 10 points are going to Marco Manzoni.
This has happened a lot.
It happens all the time with us. Don't know what it is.
And my 12 points go to Marco Manzoni.
As they should. And my 12 points go to Madame.
As they should.
Yeah. I mean, we basically have the same lists. Minus like 3 songs.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, happens all the time. I feel like that's how Sanremo went for us last year, too.
I believe so, too, because I remember... Oh, no, I think we had, like, the same top 2.
We definitely disagreed at one point. We had Brividi as our 12s together. And then you had Ciao Ciao on your list, and I did not.
Who did you have?
I don't remember.
Yeah, because I remember having Ciao Ciao.
Oh, it was I believe my 10 was Avonque Sarai.
Oh, yeah, I was thinking about that too. Yeah, I don't remember giving Avonque Sarai points.
I don't think you did.
I should have, because that song actually is
Yes.
great. And then I also remember giving Emma points, who just so happened to compete in 2014.
Oh, work.
Yeah.
Well, this is video, 6 of 7 of the Super Saturday videos that we will be doing?
I believe so, and we got one more.
Yep. So we finally scheduled when we're going live. So we will be live Saturday at 8 p.m. Eastern, 2 a.m.
CET, yeah.
CET, 2 or 3 a.m. CET.
Yeah.
We will be diving into everything from Super Saturday, 7 national selections, and a semifinal and a heat for Melfest. We're going to be talking about all of it, probably diving into, some of the entries that have popped off so far. We have a song for Slovenia. We have a lot of other fun, exciting business. We're kind of treating this, I guess, as like our mid-national selection season live stream.
Yeah.
So go check that out. It'll be the two of us. I hope Lewis will be there as well. Lewis probably will be there.
Yeah, Lewis should be there.
Maybe some special guests. Who knows? We haven't really
knows?
planned any yet, but maybe we will. So make sure to subscribe, hit the bell notifications. You can even do specific notifications. If you only care about our Eurovision content, you can only pay attention to our Eurovision content. But we have a lot of content going out in general, so please pay attention to all of it. Follow us on Twitter. Follow both of us. Follow Lewis. He's in the background of this video, just not here on screen. Yeah. Go follow Lewis. And with that being said, yeah, where's my cup? Cheers.
Yes. Con le mani, ciao ciao. Con le pierdi, con le pierdi, con le pierdi.